those creepy, crawly germs everywhere, particularly this time of year. Today, we're going to tell you where the most common offenders lurk and what you can do to avoid them.
Have a lot of things, old things laying around. You're not alone. How you can make some of them new again, plus how some of those items could help you make a little extra money.
So, do you have to buy a gift for the musically inclined person on your list? Well, today we've got some ideas from the experts at B&B Music and Sound.
They're homes that attract your attention on the outside. Now you get to see what they look like on the inside, decorated for Christmas. Coming up, where you can take a holiday home tour this weekend. Delmarva Life starts right now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lisa Bryant. I'm adjusting things.
Yes.
You caught
All
me.
the electronics that we have to carry around might surprise you sometimes. I'm Jimmy Hopple. Welcome to Delmarva Live from historic Studio D.
And we'd like to welcome our studio audience today. You know,
we would never make it through the scanner at the airport, would we?
no, we wouldn't.
We would
in fact, someone was here from the audience. We were getting ready to start the show, and she goes, "Do you know you have a massive bulge in the back?"
It's supposed to be there.
Like,
it's okay.
It's all my electronics and everything. No,
Yeah.
I had it a little too loud, and Brian was screaming in my ear.
It can get loud
I don't
on
like
occasion.
it when that happens.
How about this weather?
Oh, I love it.
Brian said this morning it looks like it's going to hold off a little bit longer before the really cold air gets here. It's going to start cooling down this afternoon, but that's all right. And don't forget, Dan Satterfield's going to have all those details for you here in just a little bit. So looking forward to that. Now, in the meantime, we talked last week about, and I can't remember if is it the Watoto or the Watoto? Watoto. The Watoto Children's Choir coming to Salisbury. They're performing tonight in Salisbury at the Salisbury Christian School. 22 kids, 10 adults, all part of the Watoto Children's Choir. It starts this evening at 7 o'clock. I want to go see this so bad. It's going to be such an incredible performance.
It is. I've seen them.
Doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
Doesn't cost you one thin dime. Starts at 7 o'clock this evening. And just in case you're interested, which I would be, products made by vulnerable women in Africa being served by the Watoto will be for sale at the performance to benefit the organization.
Wow.
So bring some cash with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Take your kids too. I just want to address the chiming that we just heard.
Could you hear the
Could
chiming?
you hear the chiming? We have Robinson's in Family of Businesses in. They're talking about clock making, so they have some clocks in here. So
and now we know what time it is.
Now we know what time it is.
Sure.
Moving on, another event, an event that will surely get you into the Christmas spirit. The Salisbury Chamber Singers present their holiday concert. Christmas bells are ringing. The music will be centered around the theme of bells.
Nice.
So featuring some beautiful sacred music and some well-known Christmas standards. Now, here are the event details if you want to go see that. It's at Wycomico Presbyterian Church. That's in Salisbury. Friday at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday at 3 p.m. For more information, there's a number you can call, 410-749-8374. Another good time. So much good music this time of year.
Oh, yes. I love it. Some good news out of Sussex County, especially in Frankford. They're underway, or I guess, well, they've got the building permits is what they got. The public library in Frankford is going to break ground. I think they've already broken ground. They're going to start building here pretty soon, within the next couple of weeks. They should be done by next June, and they're going to add 4,000 square feet onto the existing 2,000 square feet.
Wonderful.
Grand total 6,000 square feet. That's just going to be phase one. They've got a whole nother phase that's coming up, and they're going to step up in technology. They got wireless connectors, more computers, teleconferencing equipment. All that's going to be available. So good news for the Frankfurt Public Library.
That is good news, because I know a lot of some libraries are struggling and having to actually downsize and reduce their hours, so that is good news. Speaking of possibly downsizing, the debate over the Delmarva Public Radio, that's what it's called, it continues. The Friends of Delmarva Public Radio say they'll run the station to keep them from getting turned off.
Yeah, the Salisbury University and the Salisbury University Foundation are providing the space for the studios on campus. And they're saying, you know what, we're going to tear this building down, so you're not going to have studios anymore. Oh, wait a minute. So the Friends of Delmarva Public Radio say, well, you know what, how about if we run the stations, excuse me, you don't have to worry about it anymore, but live up to this agreement that you made in the mid-'80s. And let us keep the studio and it's 2 stations here, so studios, you guys need to set aside anywhere between $250,000 and $500,000. That money will then allow us to go find new buildings for new studios and get new equipment and get it up and running, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Now, the Friends of Delmarva Public Radio are saying that the college and the foundation need to front them that money, but then they'll be able to pay them back as quickly as they can based on fundraisers and maybe a state grant.
Sure.
So this is kind of an option they're throwing out there. You know, why don't we do this and let's keep these stations around. Now, Tom Heyman, who is the director of the public library, I think, Tom is supposed to talk to SU President Janet Dudley Eschbach today.
I think that already happened.
That's probably already happened. The Salisbury University Foundation had originally planned on talking about it at their board meeting this evening, but I think they've decided they're going to hold off on it and maybe see where the discussion goes with the president.
But they're talking.
But they're talking.
They're talking.
So,
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
They're talking, and folks in Wicomico County are walking. Specifically at lunchtime, a winter walk at lunch event is scheduled for next Wednesday, and Wicomico County participants are going to meet at the Pavilion on East Market Street in Salisbury. Wicomico County Executive Rick Pollitt is, and the Wicomico Executives Fitness Council is encouraging everyone to come out there, put bells on your shoes, grab some bells, you know, and just jingle while you walk.
Jingle while you walk.
That's kind of interesting.
Talking about the weather again, I think it's supposed to cool down, but it's going to be warm again for that.
Oh, really?
So I think they probably put in the request.
Yeah, there's going to be kids out there, you know, they're going to hear these bells and they're going to think, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a link for registration online on delmarvalife.com. Registrants are being asked to bring non-perishable food items. That's going to go to the Maryland Food Bank. So you can jingle, walk, and donate food.
And donate all at the same time, all in one place, just like that. I must thank you today for my geek moment.
Yes.
This was so nice of you to find.
I found this. This was actually this happened last week, but I thought it was so cool. You know, 7th graders in Worcester County at Stephen Decatur Middle School actually learned how to drive or fly, I guess I should say, spacecraft and dock at the International Space Station. Can you believe the things kids are learning in school these days? I barely learned algebra in middle school. John Abent and CNN Richards of the Navigation, Aviation Science, and Space Academy Cadets Program spent a day at Stephen Decatur Middle School in their science lab, and they were using flight simulators.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were actually, you know, flying the spacecraft. They were learning how to on the computer, but students learned that math, geography, and technology are just a few of the skills that you have to navigate in space.
So if you focus now and work on what you have, you get to have fun later.
Yeah. You get to fly in space.
You get to fly in space. Let me ask you something. I found this in this morning's Daily Times, and I think it actually came from last week. Have you ever heard of the, make sure I get this right, Delaware Arm Wrestling Lady League, or DAWLL, D-A-W-L-L.
No.
It's actually out there. Founder Heather Newman helped start the Delaware League after moving from New York State, where she wrestled for the follow me on this, Hudson Valley Broads Regional Arm Wrestling League, or BRAWL. And that's the league that she represented in the national championships of the Collective Lady Arm Wrestlers, or CLAW.
They like their acronyms, don't they?
They do, but they say it's bringing out the power of women, the assertiveness of women, and not only that, it's a good time for everybody. It's a chance to socialize and do that kind of thing, and they're raising money. They're donating funds.
Socialize.
Yes. You will give me your money.
How are you today?
Actually, collectively, they've raised over $250,000 since 2008 when CLAW actually started.
Good for them.
See, so this is actually a phenomenal thing. I'm staying clear of you. The Delaware League's most recent event was held earlier this month at Rehoboth's Conch Island, Key West Bar. Conch Island, Key West Bar.
Like a conch shell.
Conch shell. There you go. They raised over $1,000, a third of which is being set aside for college scholarships that they'll be awarding, and for community service as well. The rest of it's going to go to like women's causes like breast cancer.
Wonderful.
And things like that. So DAWLL. In case you're wanting to know more about DAWLL, you can find them on Facebook at facebook.com/DAWLLhouse. DAWLLHOUSE.
Cool.
DAWLL House.
DAWLL House.
DAWLL House.
You found this video, and this is in case you don't tip for your service to your table. Here's something that may have you changing your mind a little bit. Okay, take a look at this dog.
Cute puppy dog.
He is cute. He has a bucket. These ladies here aren't really paying much attention to him, unfortunately, but that's okay because the other table is they drop their tip on the ground, he picks it up and puts it in the bucket. I love this dog.
We can't figure out exactly. Now look at this. He brings it over to the guy that's actually videoing him on his phone.
Mm-hmm.
Guy says, okay, well, here, I've got $1 for you, but you got to pick it up and put it in your bucket. Dog says, okay. No problem. And he's off to another table.
I tell ya.
Can't figure out where this came from. I want to say Florida or something, but we don't know for sure. We couldn't figure out where it came from.
He's a dog who knows the value of the dollar.
Yes. And an owner who is probably very happy.
Yeah, right.
Just saying. Up next on Delmarva Life, they're on your desk, they're at the store, they're in the bathroom. Germs. We're going to tell you what else might be covered in germs, and some of these things just might surprise you.
Yeah, plus how to protect yourself from those germs. It's more than just washing your hands. Delmarva Life, life at its best here on Delmarva.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. And your local York and Mitsubishi dealers.